everybody. Happy Wednesday. Today we're talking about this freedom to be seen and heard. Melissa K. Range, Phoenix Rising. And I love this because you know what? For the longest time, I know that I did not feel seen or heard, especially in the relationship that I was in for a long time. And over time, I think what happened was I just stopped caring so much about being seen and heard. And I turned more into a recluse where I wasn't really being myself because I was tired of not being seen and heard by somebody who I thought was supposed to cherish and honor and love me and support me. And I know for the women that I mentor, a big piece is being seen and heard. And women around the world haven't been seen and heard over the last couple of thousand years the way men have. And I know just 100 years ago, right, we got the right to vote, which meant that we had some importance in the world. And I know too that our Constitution says that we have the right freedom of speech. But this gets down in a way to brass tacks, where we can talk about being seen and heard just in the smallest of places, in the most important relationships that we want to have, in our work. And for women, this can be very, very challenging. And I know that it was for me. And I remember an instance in my marriage where I needed to buy a baby crib for my second child. I had had a child and I was having another one 18 months later, and I needed to have 2 cribs in my house. And I remember searching all over the place for a crib and finding a really great crib at a really great deal. And I kept saying to my spouse, hey, I need to get this crib. Hey, we need to get on this. Hey, you know, the baby's coming. I'm getting bigger. Well, of course, he wasn't having the baby, so he really didn't know how urgent of a scenario this seemed to be. And I wanted him to say, let's go shopping together. Let's go out and let's do this together, Melissa. Let's get this done. I'm so excited. We're having another baby. And I remember breaking down probably like a few weeks before the baby was due, saying like, we need to get the crib. And finally, I just went and bought the crib myself because I was between a rock and a hard place. I needed a crib, and I, by golly, was going to go have to get one, or else that baby was going to be sleeping in the bed with us. And I needed somewhere to put that child, especially because I was working and I had another little toddler at home, and I was the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker in my family, and I needed that crib. And I just remember a lot of times in my life where I had to literally break down and be breaking and sobbing and hysterical to get my spouse to hear me, to see that I needed his support. And I don't know if you've ever been in that situation, but it's not a really great place to be. But I did that countless times, when in reality, I had the power and I had the money to go do whatever I needed to do and get what I needed to get to take care of myself. But as a woman and as a spouse, I wanted to be seen and I wanted to be heard. And I also had situations like this in the workplace where definitely I felt overlooked, or I felt as though my voice didn't matter. And I know one instance when I was in corporate America, I wanted more money. I wanted more pay. I was teaching Spanish to the whole company. And I said, you know, this is ridiculous. I'm traveling with these engineers and I'm making a pittance for what I should be making. And I went into the vice president of the company and I said, you better pay me more money. And he said, well, we're not going to do that, Melissa. I go, well, then watch me leave. And he's like, you wouldn't do that? I go, yeah, watch me. Did you hear me? I said, watch me. This is the vice president of the company. And I was 26 years old. And 2 weeks later, I was interviewing for a job where I was making $16,000 more than what I had been making where I was working. And I loved my job. I loved the people. I had made great relationships. I had built the entire Latin American sales force. And yet this man, the vice president, who I really liked, wasn't willing to give me any more money. So that's 2 examples where I did not feel seen and heard. And so I know how important it is. And when I coach with my clients, I see them, I hear them, I know what they need. And I love watching them transform. That's one of my favorite things, of course, is it can be addictive to watch my clients transform. It's so much fun, and I love when they come back and tell me all their wonderful stories. So if this sounds like you, if this is resonating, please reach out to me. Please get on the phone with me. Let's do a discovery call. Let's see if working with me and coaching with me would help you to move forward, to grow, and to be seen and heard, because it is a viable part of who we are, and we need that. We need that in our lives. So thanks for joining me today. I'm super grateful that you joined me. Look for me on these videos and continue to rise and be your best self and enjoy your day. So Phoenix Rising signing out. See you soon.